We live, we live. We lit, we lit. Yeah, we live. Come on in here. Come on in here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Where we at? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Come on in here so we can talk. Halftime. Let me see. Wait, let me see. Tony got the ball. Let's see. Yeah, Tony right. All right, cool. Halftime. Where we at? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Who up in here? Who up in here? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on in here. Come on in here. I got a couple notes I took. Some light couple notes I took. Shouldn't need the notes too bad, but I have them in case I need them. Okay. I clickbaited y'all with the thumbnail there. I'm not angry Voch yet. I was angry Voch in the first quarter, and I don't even know if I was angry Voch then. I was probably like WTF Voch at that point. But that was one of the worst quarters of football I've ever seen. One of the worst quarters of football I've ever seen. Somehow I still think it's gonna be okay. I know y'all ain't here to hear. Y'all not here to hear positive vibes right now, and I really ain't. That was an ugly half football, bro. But I do feel like I have to address a handful of the issues, or a handful of the comments and some people that's going around the social media machines, right? First of all, we can't blame nothing on Dak right now. I'm seeing people blame this on Dak. I saw somebody in the chat box blame this on Dak. Fam, 5 fumbles is ridiculous. We can't put that on defense. We can't put that on quarterback. We can't put that on head coach. 5 fumbles is sick. Can't have that. Absolutely can't have that. However, I do think Atlanta is bad enough on defense for us to pull this off. I do think Atlanta's bad enough on defense for us to pull this off. Right now, the Atlanta Falcons have been driving the football offensively pretty cool, but our defense ain't been terrible. Tristan Hill been playing pretty good. The defense ain't been terrible. It's just that when you give the ball to the other team, like Matt Ryan got like 100 yards or something, like 120 yards or something, but he got 3 freaking touchdowns. You know what I mean? That's from turnovers. Zeke put the ball on the ground 2 times, I believe. Dak did have a fumble, and Dak got to take that sack, or Dak got to throw the ball away. So I will give him some grief on that. Dalton had a fumble. It was just a sick looking half, man. It was a sick looking half, man. But I blame a lot of that early pressure, like a lot of that early can't get the ball out. Like Zeke missed his linebacker like 3 times. That's bad for him. Then him putting the ball on the ground twice and actually giving it away. The second fumble or whatever, that's terrible. However, we get the ball back at half. What we down, like 19 or something? We get the ball back at half, and you see the offense driving. That last drive, Terrence Steele with his false start and his holding, can't have that. That's terrible. Can't have that right there. So we had to settle for 3 points right there. But, I do see the offense kind of figuring it out a little bit. We probably need a little more on defense or whatever. Calvin really just eating us up, and I think Jordan is covering him. I don't know who's covering Gage, but I think Gage is pretty locked up for the most part. I haven't seen Gage do very much. I think Worley's on Gage, but Jordan Lewis is chasing around Ridley, and it looked bad over there. And Cheeto ain't been doing bad. Cheeto ain't been doing bad either. Cheeto's on Gage. Cheeto has switched up a lot. Diggs is on Julio. And I kind of called that early because I felt like Diggs was the only one with the length and the ball skills to make it reasonable. But we need more from the pass rush. We definitely gotta stop putting the ball on the ground, man. That's the first biggie. Stop putting the ball on the ground. And besides that, bro, like what else I had written down? I had some notes written down. Um, the first drive in offense, we came out with two tight ends. I mean, pardon me, with zero tight ends and two running backs. That's the look y'all was looking for. And Tony had the first two carries. Tony put that pitch on the ground, but he was down already. Um, but then once we couldn't deal with the pressure, then we say, all right, cool, we're just gonna put two tight ends out there and just run it like that. I wouldn't be mad at a look if we go empty, keep three receivers and put two tight ends out there the whole way. I wouldn't be mad at that. The tempo seems to be working. NASCAR package is confirmed with Alden and D Law as your outside standing pass rushers or whatever, Everson Griffin and Tyrone Crawford as your three tech. I need to see a little bit more from Tyrone Crawford. I can imagine one day when Randy come back, D Law will be that three tech and Randy would be rushed from the outside. I can only imagine that would be the case. Defense made some plays, but we just need a little bit more. Yeah, and my last one was on the offensive line or whatever. The offensive line ain't been great, but the big third down hits and pressures that we had early came from Zeke missing his linebackers. That was whack. That was terrible. That was bad. But like I said, man, I'm pointing my finger and cussing everybody out. That fake punt, oh my god. that fake punt. That fake punt was that was another hole that we put defense in. You know what I'm saying? That was another hole that we did there. So we can't have that anymore. I would rather us just, punt the ball and make it better for our defense, or Dak not fumble and make it better for our defense. You see what I'm saying? Um, I see a lot of people in the chat that's kind of mad at the defense. I don't know what you want the defense to do when, because we got more yards in Atlanta. I think they said that. Like the Cowboys got more yards on offense in Atlanta. It's just that they've been taking advantage of the turnovers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I will address your chat box questions, and of course, y'all know we're gonna go live on the post game show. Y'all know the rules of the post game show. So let me just take a look at y'all questions. Let me take a look at y'all questions. I'm putting Drew in time out because I ain't got time for old people to be talking to me in all caps right now, especially when they team lose. Let's see. We need Earl. Okay. Red zone defense is solid. The defense in general is solid. We just not doing them favors. Plus something else too, I think is going to be a problem for defense. They've been on the field so much already. I hope they don't get tired, man. I just hope the defense hang in there, bro. Like the defense has been on the field. I would love to see the time or the plays or whatever. We've put the defense on the field so much, man. It's not fair to them. It's absolutely not fair to them, man. It's not fair. Um, all these penalties and fumbles fall back on the coaches. All righty. We need Leary. Don't nobody else need Leary. Leary was out on the streets. I got you. Two drop picks. There was some hard catches, but sure, I got you. Serious question: do we have to draft another quarterback in order to pay for a good offensive line? Our guys just hurt. Like we just got hurt offensive linemen. Like we just got like they like I miss Tyron and Lael, and people may say Voch that's only two players, but that's 40% of your offensive line that ain't playing right now. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get those guys back out, man. That's all. We just got to get those guys back in there. Jerry did a great job of picking these players. 5 fumbles. Why isn't McGovern getting the nod? Why can't we? I just need people to understand the possibility that Connor McGovern may not be better than Connor Williams. I also need y'all to deal with the idea that Grady Jarrett is a good football player and that Aaron Donald is a good football player. We just got to deal with that. But we got 2 whole quarters left, though, man. 2 quarters left, and we get the ball at the half. We down by 19, man. It sucks, man. It sucks, but we gonna run it. We gonna run it. Game 2, and people talking about draft facts. Williams playing bad, but he's been up against 2 of the best D tackles back to back. Sure, but You know me. You know me, man. You know how I feel. Maybe I'm capping. I mean caping. Pardon me. Maybe I'm caping for Conway. I don't know. I don't know. Grady Jarrett is a monster. Didn't realize he was that quick. Steele is hurt. Terrence Steele is hurt. Terrence Steele better not be hurt. If Terrence Steele get hurt, then you're probably gonna see Connor at tackle sooner than later. You might damn see Zach Martin at tackle. I don't know. We'll see. JR say I'm broken. Don't be broke. Don't be broke, my guy. CD Lamb on a positive note, sure. Sure. Who else has been relatively positive? Alden Smith is a gangster. And people was like, how can somebody that hadn't played in 5 years be the best player on your football team? Well, on your defense. Well, Voch always like to say that Alden Smith and Randy Gregory are two type of players that could just roll out the bed and be better than everybody else. I've always said that. Because they're not current players. They're players that can, they just built to be better. Cheeto's done well. Tristan Hill, y'all got to stop hating on my son at some point. Diggs doing the best he can, man. Diggs is doing the best that he can. Jalen flying around. I got to watch the film a little more to see what's going on with that. I think that we made an adjustment on offense though. Like the offense is moving around, boogieing a little bit. I think we straight, man. I think we straight. 6:55 up here. Don't forget to tune into the post game show for all of y'all that's in here. Whether we win or we lose, we still doing the post game show. I have no fear of you, whether it be the other team or y'all in my chat. I have no fear of you. And of course, we're gonna have the people. Somebody hit me up on Twitter and say, "Yo, Voch, we just need to trade everybody." I'm like, no, we're not. We do not need to. It's just penalties and turnovers, man. Penalties and turnovers suck. But on offense, we technically beating the shit out of the Falcons. Technically. We just putting the ball on the ground. Technically. Like they winning and they scoring. Technically. If we not putting the ball on the ground, we beating the shit out of the Falcons. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Big Voch, this a loss, bro? It's a loss after the fourth quarter, sir. But if we got a whole nother half, it's not a loss yet. We play 4 quarters for a reason, sir. And if we know anything about the Falcons, if the Falcons is famous for anything, if there's a meme on the internet about the Falcons, they'll blow a lead. If we know anything about the Falcons, they'll blow a lead. We getting the ball back at half. We'll see. Let's see. Mr. Wright says fumbles the issue. Fumbles are the issue. That was it. Everybody fumble is at fault. Zeke's running good. Diggs is holding up. We can come back. Twan, absolutely, indubitably. We just can't put the ball on the ground. But if you look at what we're doing on offense, we beating these shit out the Falcons. Like we're moving the ball. We got to deal with them blocks. And look, that was at one point. That was on that Gallup catch. We had like 3 tight ends out there. I'm like, look, if that's what we got to do, then fine, man. We ain't got to be cute, pretty, and creative because they'll give us the win. They'll give us the yards. They'll give us the W. You know what I'm saying? We just have to account for things because, like I said, the offensive line ain't playing great, but they're not killing you. We got to pick up the blitzes. And that's not on us. That's on everybody else that's accounted for or who's to account for picking up on blitzes. So we'll see. Can we trade owners? Y'all know how I feel about people that blame the shit on Jerry Jones. Y'all silly. We all right. Penalties now. See, I ain't got time. I tell you what, and a lot of people peg me as super positive Voch, okay, or as a super positive YouTube dude. Yes, I'm relatively positive. However, some of the shit that y'all blame it on ain't really the thing that we should be blaming this on. That ain't got nothing to do with my positivity. Also, I've coached ball and I've played a lot of ball. 2 quarters is a long time, all right? Game back on, come back and see me for the post-game show. Tony is boogieing. I also need Tony that if Tony's going to bring the ball out the end zone to at least get to the 20 or 25. If not, let the damn ball go for a touchback. I also need Tony to recognize that. But besides that, We'll see what happens. Y'all come see me on the post game show after all this mess is done. I appreciate the super chats. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski, and we'll be right back.